Some of you might be thinking about starting your own business, and starting a business means taking risk and also just praying everything will be fine as you plan, but we know it's not always the case. So today I want to share my experience on how I started as a music producer and ended up starting my own tech company. I used to be a music producer, not a tech founder. I had a pretty stable career, I think. I worked with lots of singers and produced lots of albums. And one day I had an opportunity to work with one of my singer friends. I was producing her full album, and I thought, hey, why don't we just release this as an application, mobile app? Kind of like the idea, so I built the app myself and we launched it, and it worked. So I thought, hey, if this works, maybe I could turn this into some kind of a platform and make this into a business. And that was the first time I ever thought about starting my own tech company. I quickly realized this business model cannot scale because if I had 100 artists as a client, it meant I need to manage 100 individual applications in the App Store. And that wasn't able to do as a solo founder. So the idea has to be scrapped, and that was my first failure. So I pivoted to my next idea. I tried to build a social e-commerce platform, which is something like Facebook plus Shopify plus Squarespace. So any business can set up their website and they could post with a buy button below on their post. So they could sell whether it's digital content or actual service goods. I hired a small team. That's the first time I started hiring people. And then I quickly realized the complexity and the sheer scale of the project was too big for a small team to handle. And we couldn't ship fast enough, and the project wasn't going anywhere. So again, second failure. The project had to be scrapped. Then I had another idea. I scaled that project down to be some kind of a pixel art sharing platform. So you could kind of post your 24 by 24 pixel arts, and you could sell them as an NFT, or you could sell them as some kind of a ticket to your own concert or your events. It was a fun concept, and I still do think that is a fun concept. Maybe if I have some time, I would try it again. But at that time, I couldn't figure out how to roll that out to the market, and I did not figure out the details of how the service should be operated. Again, the project didn't seem to go anywhere, and the project had to be scrapped. So 3 strikes, 3 failures. My team left me, I was alone, and on top of that, I already have spent like 10K on silly domains that I thought it could turn into some kind of a billion idea business. I felt like a failure. I thought my life wasn't going anywhere, and it was really painful. But something stuck with me throughout all those failures. I realized that I had this backend infrastructure that I have built, so I don't need to build it again and again for all these projects. And I saw that to be my actual business. So that's what became Skapi, backend infrastructure where you could just use it directly from the front end without deploying anything. You can utilize everything from a simple API calls. So it's kind of interesting to me that all those years with failed apps actually wasn't an actual failure. Along that time, I was actually building something that I wasn't even realizing. So I guess the lesson here we could take away is, unless you define it as a failure, it's never a failure. Even for the successful people we know, they might be dealing with tons of failures every day. So don't worry, start early, keep building anyway, and it will lead to some opportunities that you might not have imagined. And I also love to hear your journey and your stories. Leave that comment on below, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video.